right, so question of the day. What do you get when you have 1,500 extra pounds of bread, cupcakes, Twinkies, and cake? Any guesses? I'll tell you. Vodka, of course. Well, at least that's what Misadventure Vodka does. Watch this.
A lot of people think that vodka has to be made from wheat or rye. In reality, vodka can be made from anything. And the reason you can make vodka from all these different ingredients is because of what the nature of vodka is. Vodka, by definition, is a neutral spirit. It is odorless and flavorless. When you distill it, you're just trying to get as much pure ethanol as possible out of there. Nearly 40% of all food that's grown in the world ends up in a landfill. And when you're wasting all that food, you're also wasting the land, the water, the resources that go to grow those crops. And then once all that food ends up in a landfill, it creates massive amounts of greenhouse gases. So the foods that we use in our product come directly from the food bank. Grocery stores will donate all of their products to the food bank. They only focus on giving nutritious foods to the needy. Everything else, unfortunately, they end up having to pay waste dollars to throw it away. And so what we do is act like a caboose on the food system. And we are taking these baked goods in particular because there's not a lot of nutritional value. They're filled with starches and sugars, which is not great for your stomach, but they're great for making alcohols. And so if you can imagine everything in your grocery store bakery aisle, French baguettes, bagels, blueberry muffins, cupcakes, all of that is what we use to make our vodka. When we looked at this problem, we looked at it from a distiller's perspective. Instead of this being food being thrown away, this was starches and sugars being thrown away. That kind of different way of looking at the problem allowed us to kind of ask the question like, well, can we do something about this? And could we help society's problem, and could society help our problem at the same time too? That led to about 2 years of R&D and the creation of Misadventure Vodka, which is the world's first vodka made from surplus baked goods we get from food banks. Growing up in this day and age, there really wasn't any consideration of not making an environmentally conscious company. It's something that we just have to do nowadays. We should all be thinking about where we get our resources, how we use those resources, and then how it's ultimately disposed of, and how all of that works in a symbiotic relationship with the natural world around us. We might be one of the only ones in our industry to do this, but as far as society goes, we're part of a bigger movement. If everyone in the US switched from drinking their other vodka to drinking Misadventure, we would sequester the same amount of CO2 from going to the atmosphere as Yosemite National Park. So that's the really cool thing about what we do is the more someone enjoys Misadventure, the more they sip, the more they help the environment out. So it's one less thing to regret in the morning.